I'm the editor of the Citizen of East Alabama, and today in the studio we have Russell County Sheriff Heath Taylor. He's with us with Mike Morris, who is the president of the Russell County Cattlemen's Association. I'm so thankful they're here. We're going to talk a little bit about an event you guys have coming up.
Right.
So tell me about the Stampede Rodeo.
So we're in our 13th year of bringing the Stampede Rodeo to our area and our community. We partnered with the Cattlemen's Association on the very first one. We've had a really good run. We think that the community really loves it. It is a fundraiser for both us and the cattlemen. We split the funds evenly, and then they do whatever the cattlemen choose to, and then I give all of the funds that the sheriff's office keeps to our local charities. So we've given it to the CAC, United Way, Russell County High School, Central. We just give to all the different charities in our community on the side that we keep, and so we really look forward to doing that every year and giving that money back into the community, and so it's a really good cause for our community to come out and support.
So I really love when we have local events that include having our nonprofits in with it.
Right.
So tell me why it's so important for you to give back to the community that you're in.
Well, I mean, you know, for us, I personally see the stress that our Child Advocacy Center is under. It's one of my favorite charities.
Did you serve on the board?
I did. I was on the board for a long time and are still very active with it. And so I see firsthand how many kids go through that. And they have been a steady decline in state funds for the CAC. And so
and you see that as a board member.
Well,
and
I've seen that as a community member, as a sheriff. I've seen it as we have an MDT team, and we go there to staff cases.
So I would like to talk a little bit about that. Just in case you don't know, the Russell County Child Advocacy Center is a nonprofit organization that assists children and families who have been victims of abuse or sexual abuse. It allows
mental, physical, or sexual abuse.
And it allows these kids to tell their story one time in a comfortable facility, in a comfortable room, and I even think that they have the physicals can be done there as well.
Right.
So all those things happen in one location. It is a phenomenal organization that desperately needs our help, but that we also hate has to be in our community.
Well, I mean, there's no doubt nobody wants to have a CAC, but
since we do, we're going to do everything we can to make sure
we have
it's
one of the better ones in the state, and our kids used to go to an ER and sit in the ER until they were called in line, and they would go through an exam by somebody that they didn't know, potentially the same sex as the offender, and so it was traumatizing in and of itself. Several years ago, we were able to incorporate a SANE nurse, which is sexual assault nurse examiner, into our Child Advocacy Center. So that's all they do. They're trained to do specifically that. So now our kids who are victims don't go to the ER, sit in a generic cold ER. They can go to the center. The SANE nurse is called in. They can give them that exam in a much more child-friendly atmosphere for our victims.
So this is just one of the many organizations that this has helped to fundraise for.
Right.
And then do you do anything on the fundraising side for your law enforcement? I think in the past we've talked about some of the safety equipment that is maybe needed.
We have. We have every other year we would purchase equipment for the guys. We would purchase things that we couldn't buy out of budget money and that type of stuff, and so that was helpful too. We haven't done that in the last 4 or 5 years, but in the past we were able to do that some in the past.
Wonderful. Mike, would you like to talk about some of the things that your fundraising parts go for, or do you want to tell me a little bit about some of the events that are going to happen there?
Yeah, really, we like to do what we do with the Cattleman Association to give support to the Sheriff's Department. A lot of our funds go to 4-H type things, trying to get local children and high school kids or whatever back more toward the farm end of things.
That's wonderful. I like that.
But yeah, I love the rodeo and I love all the events. It's a really a great time for all the kids to come out, and they're just full of joy, and it just really lightens your spirit up to see that in a family.
So tell me some of the events that are going to be out there, because we love cowboys and cowgirls around here, and I see that you're sporting your hat and your boots too.
That's right.
So you just know that when this event takes place, I'll be out there with my boots on too. So tell me some of the events that we can have.
Well, there's different events that go on in today's world, but this is a full 8-event regular rodeo. So you'll have the bull riding, barrel racing, calf roping, team roping, the bronco buck riding, the horses. We'll have all 8 events in a traditional rodeo. It's not like, there's different like bulls and barrels, and so they just ride bulls or just do barrels or just those 2 events. This is all 8 events, and so it's fun, it's exciting, it's not very long actually.
Okay.
I would expect that it's probably maybe 2.5 hours at the most, and it's over. Hopefully the weather holds out.
We're praying for that.
I know this is hurricane season and sometimes they pop up, but we're going to be there come rain or shine, so come out, see if we're open. And
if it's a little muddy, that's okay.
Yeah, if it's a little muddy, we got 4-wheelers to pull you out, so we'll be in good shape.
So I know in the past, y'all have done the events where some crazy people in the audience can go in the ring with, is it a bull?
It's one of the greatest events you'll ever watch.
It really is, so tell me about that one.
It's called Money the Hard Way, and what they do is they tie a rope or a coin to a bull's horns, and you have to sign a little waiver.
Yes.
But whoever, you got to be, I think, 18 or older, and you got to sign a waiver, and whoever snatches that rope or coin off that bull's head wins $100 or so. It is so fun to watch. Typically the bull wins, and nobody pulls the string, but in the last couple of times we've had somebody pull the string. So
well, you heard it. So if you want to come out and get in the same arena with a bull and try to get money the hard way, we're excited to cheer you on or laugh if you fail. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
We'll be laughing with you, not at you.
That's exactly right. And so we're also going to have food and things like that, right?
Oh, there'll be tons of vendors. There's going to be tons of things for the kids to do.
Good.
One of the things that I do want to mention is on Thursday, the 5th, we do probably the best day that I ever have of the whole year is our special needs. And so we invite our schools from all over the community to bring their special needs kids. And we feed them lunch and we let them have a day of being out at the rodeo arena and getting to see the cowboys. And I think it's about 11 o'clock that day on the 5th that we do the rodeo events for them. We put them in the bleachers, we feed them, and then the cowboys do the events just for them.
Just for them.
And it's a great day. If you have never seen it, we would invite you to just come out and see the day and hang out. It's definitely by far my best day of the year. I don't know about anybody else's.
That's right.
But it's a great day.
So give us the specifics one more time. It's in October, so tell me when the dates and times.
The special needs is October 5th,
Okay.
but the rodeo itself is October 6th and 7th. The gate opens at 5:30, so you can go early, eat, do whatever, play games, enjoy the events. But the show actually starts at 7:30.
And you've got Silver Wings coming in too.
And Silver Wings out of Fort Benning, the parachute team, will jump the flag in as they have done for the last 13 years.
I'm going to call this out just so everybody knows you said Fort Benning. I'm gonna tell you it's Fort Moore now.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's gonna take
The
a
Silver
long
Wings
time.
out of Fort Moore.
It's gonna take us a long time to get over being Fort Benning and that. Is there anything else that you guys would like to add to get people to come out?
I think it's just, for me, it's one of the few family-oriented events that we can go to where you can bring your entire family from infants to teenagers, and I think there's something there that everybody will enjoy. Watching the events or doing things there for the kids that we'll have. I just think it's family-oriented, and that's what I really love about it.
Wonderful. Well, we're very excited for the event. We hope to see you out there with your boots on.
Hello, my name is Heath Taylor, and I'm the Russell County Sheriff.
My name is Mike Morris. I'm the president of the Russell County Cattleman Association.
And we'd like to invite everybody to join us on October 6th and 7th for the Russell County Stampede Rodeo. Once again, it's our 13th year. We want to open the gates for you at 5:30. Show will start at 7:30. The Silver Wings will bring in the American flag like we have kicked off the last 13 years. So we hope to see everyone there. We'll have plenty of food and entertainment for the kids. All 8 regular events for the rodeo: bull riding, buck riding, steer wrestling, barrel wrestling, barrel racing. So we really appreciate everybody's attendance, and we hope to see you there on October 6th and 7th.
We're back. I'm Denise Dubois, and we've got Kaylin Roquet in our studio today talking about the event coming up in a couple of weeks in October for the rodeo. Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
So tell me what you're going to do in the rodeo on Friday and Saturday nights.
I will be bringing the American flag and standing for the national anthem, and then we'll be doing the grand entry with all the rodeo contestants.
What is that like? How did you get to be the one to bring in the American flag?
Well, I'm a part of the Russell County Cattlemen's Association, and I've just volunteered a lot of my time for this rodeo and the special needs rodeo, and just being able to bring in our nation's colors is just something special, and I luckily got voluntold.
You got voluntold for it. Do you ever get nervous about it?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I think it's just like, you're not only bringing in the nation's colors, but you're also kind of putting yourself out there in front of all these people, and you're not just relying on just yourself, you're relying on your horse too.
On the horse to do what it's supposed to.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
So I want to know a little bit more about that, but first let's talk a little bit about what you do on Thursdays for the Special Needs Day.
Yeah, so every year I bring a couple horses and we do paint a pony for the kids, and they can either choose to paint the pony or not, just pet a horse or pony.
When you say you paint, like literally painting it with
Yes.
animal safe paint?
Yeah, animal safe paint. So we get washable paint, and I let the kids put their hands in it, or for kids that don't really like paint or anything on their hands, we bring brushes. And it's just the fact that these kids that may not get the chance to ever touch one of these animals get to be up close to them, touch them, love on, give them kisses. So it's just a fun time. It's a really great time to see all the kids.
I've never been around a lot of horses, and I did a story recently on a brand new Mustang baby.
Yeah.
I guess that's what that's what I'm gonna call it, because that's what I knew it as.
Yeah.
And she's this tall, and to just be in her face and be in her space and her allow you to, I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine what it's like for these kids. I bet they love it.
Oh, they really, really love it. It's a fun time. The Cattlemen's Association and the Sheriff's Department do a really nice job of making it a really fun-filled day for them. There's games for the kids to play. There's usually a family that brings horse and wagon for the kids to ride on. There's tractor with hay rides. It's just a good day. Yeah. There's lunch provided for them. They get a little goodie bag that usually Little Caesars provides. It's just a really fun
heartwarming
time.
too.
Yeah, it is.
I love it. So how did you get into working with horses and doing? Because you do a lot in a rodeo.
Yeah.
Barrel racing, horse.
Uh,
Because I don't know, so just
No, it's
tell me.
okay. I mainly compete in barrel racing, pole bending. I have competed in breakaway roping and goat tying, and
So
I might
what-
be picking up goat tying again
What
this season.
are all these things? What does that mean?
They're all a rodeo event,
Okay.
and the breakaway roping is where you rope a calf running away from you, and
Okay.
once you catch the calf,
Uh-huh.
you stop your horse, and once the rope breaks away from the horse and the horn, there's your time.
Okay.
And then goat tying is you run down on your horse and jump off your horse as it's running and get down, and you flip over a goat that's kind of tied to a long lead.
Okay.
And you tie the
You tie
goat.
it up.
And it's the female version of calf roping, essentially.
Okay.
It's just, usually those calves are really big, so getting them flipped over is harder.
hard.
So a lot of females do the goat tying.
I love that. So how did you even get into this?
I like to say that it's kind of in my blood.
Yeah.
My grandmother and my aunt had horses growing up, and so I don't know. I was just the only one in my family that really truly loved it, and I volunteered myself to work at multiple barns growing up, and that's where I learned all of my skills, most of my skills, and I used to play soccer, and when the chance came to compete in the Georgia High School Rodeo Association, I took my chance and competed, and at that time I didn't even own a horse, so I borrowed horses from friends.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so it was a good time, and you can't blame anybody else for your mistakes or the
That's
mistakes
true.
made, because it's not, it is a team effort between you and your horse, but it's not a full team effort like
Right.
it is for soccer or football
Yeah.
or softball.
So how do you develop that relationship with the horse and teach it and lead it to do the things that you'll be doing that you do at a rodeo?
Well, the horses that I generally compete on, I've either raised from a baby and trained, or I bought and trained, and it's just it's a skill set that you learn along the ways as when you become a horsewoman or a horseman, cowboy, cowgirl, and it takes a lot of time and effort, and each horse is just like each person. They have their own personalities, and so you just kind of see if you mesh, and if you don't, you either find another home for that horse, or like you pass it down to your kid. If your kids are into it, but it takes a lot of skill and a lot of time and effort, and on the sidelines where most people don't see, but it's well worth it.
So tell me, maybe if you could pick one or two things that you love most about having a relationship with a horse or doing these amazing events at the rodeo. If you could find something that you loved about it, what would it be?
One, the adrenaline rush.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not huge on getting adrenaline rushes, but that just kind of gives you that little butterfly feeling in your stomach, and it's fun and exciting for the rodeo stuff. But the passion that goes with these animals is, it's to have an animal love and respect you just as much as you love and respect them is pretty special.
And that's one thing I've always kind of seen, and probably the thing that scares me the most is that this is a huge animal that's bigger than you, and it doesn't have to do what you want it to do.
It does not have to do
There's like
that.
a trust with you and with your horse. And I equated it earlier to, I can't imagine what it's like to have a relationship with that kind of animal like I do with my dogs.
Yeah.
But I know that you do. So
They're just big dogs.
They're just, yeah.
They are.
And so that's incredible to me. So I love hearing stories of people being able to establish that bond and get out and do these incredible things. All these are things that you will see at the rodeo that's coming up. We're going to be super excited for you, and we're going to cheer you on as you bring in our nation's colors.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like for our viewers to know about the upcoming rodeo, or maybe how to get involved in raising horses?
Yeah, so Russell County Cattlemen's Association is currently looking for sponsors to help sponsor the Special Needs Rodeo that is put on the day before the actual rodeo, which is the Thursday. If you want to donate time or effort, please contact the Russell County Cattlemen's Association. And big thanks to the Sheriff's Department because they are always there for this event, and they have plenty of police officers out there to help you get in and out of the road. And
That's always the thing that I love is that
Yes.
it's so orderly that you don't have to feel that
Mhm.
anxiety of coming out. Where do I park? What do I do? No,
yeah,
they're telling you.
they tell you
They
where to
tell
park and
you.
everything. And just come out Friday and Saturday night and have a really fun time. It's super family friendly. The kids always have a great time. There will be a 50-50 raffle put on by Share Me Farms, where you can throw tennis ball into the arena and see if you can get it close enough to the barrel or on the barrel. It's just a great time. Get your kids out and let them experience something that only happens once a year here
Yeah.
at Russell County. At
That's
least.
exactly right. Well, thank you for being here with
Thanks
us. We
for
certainly
having me.
appreciate hearing your story.
Of course.
We look forward to seeing you guys at the rodeo coming up.